So I've got 2 sheets of parchment paper. These are 16 by 12 inch sheets. Now we're using a 9-inch cheesecake pan. Now, first thing we want to do is we want to make this parchment easy to put into this pan. So I'm going to crumple both of these just a little bit, kind of make it a bit more supple.
Okay.
It's going to be loud.
I'm going to do it too.
And now a little bit of water. Again, we're making these pieces of paper a bit more supple, but also it's going to help these 2 things stick together. I'm just going to overlap the 2 pieces of paper.
This is wild.
To make a 16-inch square. But feel that. Feel how much more supple that is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's bendable.
Yeah.
So this is going to go into our pan, just like this. So I'm just going to press into the corners here.
All right.
I do need to trim some excess here. We want about 1 inch outside of the perimeter. All right, we're just going to set that aside for a moment.
Okay.
Let's actually make some cheesecake.
Okay.
Like most cheesecakes, there isn't a huge ingredient list here, so it really is about ratios, proportions. That's going to give us the final texture that we want. And this is a little bit different from a lot of other cheesecakes. We're not looking for a fluffier texture. We're looking for actually a little bit dense, very creamy in the center, and more well cooked around the edge. So putting the cheese in cheesecake. But what's really important is that the ingredients are room temperature between 65 to 70 degrees in order to give us the texture that we want. So we're starting with eggs. I'm using 7 large eggs right out of the fridge, and I put them in some warm water about 5 minutes just to take the chill out. And I've already cracked 4 here. Let me just get the remaining 3. Now we're using a big food processor. You want one that's at least 14 cups. Again, this makes a lot of batter. So all the eggs, 7 large, goes right in there, as well as 2 cups, that's 14 ounces of granulated sugar. So we're gonna let this go for about a minute until the mixture looks nice and pale. All right, so that's looking good, nice and pale. We're going to add some more richness to this, a lot more depth. This is a cup of heavy cream, and it does look rather thick, but that's—
Looks like sour cream.
It does, doesn't it? We let it sit out for a while to take the chill out. And sometimes with really good quality heavy cream, this is exactly what will happen. All right, so I'm gonna add this in to my food processor. All right, and another ingredient we have here is 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour.
A little bit of structure.
A little bit of structure. So again, that's 1/4 cup. And then finally,
the main ingredient.
the cheese. 2 1/4 pounds of good old Philadelphia style cream cheese, which is what they use at La Vigna.
Huh.
We let this sit out, take a little bit of the chill off. You don't want to put this in the microwave to soften it because it can change the structure of cream cheese.
Yep.
So that's 36 ounces if you're doing the math.
You need a big food processor.
Exactly. So I do want to pulse the cream cheese in before we let it process, just to give it a chance of being a bit more evenly distributed. So 8 to 10 pulses should do it. That was 8 roars, but you can see it's definitely not smooth. You got a lot of lumpiness in there. Kind of looks like a mistake at this point. So we're gonna let this go for 2 minutes until it's super smooth.
Well, that's long.
Yeah, but about a minute in, I'm gonna go down and scrape everything. We wanna make sure every last bit of that cream cheese is worked into the batter.
All right.
Hi, hope you're enjoying this video. If you're hungry for more, check out Cook's Country magazine.
It's everything you love about Cook's Country, directly from the creators and contributors of our TV show.
You can discover more of America's best recipes and the stories behind them. Each issue features classic heirloom and regional favorite recipes, along with unbiased product reviews and time-saving tips.
Subscribe now and continue your culinary journey with Cook's Country.
All right, that was just about a minute. Again, I definitely want to scrape. It's so luxurious. I do want to point out what is not in here. What is not in here is vanilla.
Yeah.
There's no lemon zest. Really, it's all about the cream cheese, that little bit of heavy cream. That is the flavor that really comes to the forefront. All right, so I'd say another minute. Nice and smooth is what we're looking for. All right, so let's get this over to the pan. Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah.
This goes into our prepared pan, nice and full.
So the crinkles on the parchment on the side, that's going to show up in the final cheesecake.
Sure is. It's going to be beautifully rustic.
Ooh, I see some bubbles coming up.
A couple bubbles are fine. I don't really want to whack this too much. Now, what you don't see here is a kettle full of water getting ready for a hot water bath.
Good point.
Yeah, often cheesecakes are baked in that hot water bath, and that's to regulate the temperature so the outside and the inside texture is exactly the same.
Right.
We're gonna lean into the beauty. We're going right into the sun. We're flying right there. We are changing everything up here. And this is how they do it at La Viña. Really hot, hot oven. So we're gonna put it on a rimmed baking sheet, and that's just really to make it easy to get it in and out of the oven. Now, it's a hot oven, 425.
Ooh.
Yeah, so sometimes we'll see temperatures close to that for something like a New York cheesecake when we want it to be a little bit tan, but we want this to get really, really dark. So 425, again, no water bath. We're gonna leave this in there until the center is 155 degrees. It's gonna stay in there for 45 to 55 minutes, but as always, it's a good idea to check a little early.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow is right.
That cake got a good suntan.
Yes, nice, deeply caramelized color. Now I do want to give it a little wiggle it,
Oh, look at that.
just a little bit.
Well, it looks like the top is souffled, but the center is definitely more jiggly than the edges.
That's right. And I am looking for a temperature, again, of 155 degrees. That is really the test, whether this is done.
And that's in the center.
That's in the center.
On the nose.
Looking good. Now we're gonna leave this here for a couple hours. We want it to cool. It's actually great to serve at room temperature. So we're gonna leave it for 2 hours. But after that, if you wanted to cool it for 2 hours, then put it in the fridge for up to 2 days. It's cutting time.
All right.
All right, so I have a knife here and some hot water. Gonna dry it off. Just gonna make it easy to slice through this cake. It's already easy to slice, but it just makes really nice, neat slices. But I am expecting some creamy center there. So,
Okay.
yes. All right, I'm just gonna dip it in between each slice through here, dry it off. So, let me give you first piece.
I'm dying to see the texture on the inside. Oh,
Look how creamy that is.
well, you can definitely see the different textures from the exterior to that interior.
And if the cheesecake wasn't enough, I've also got some Basque cider salted caramel sauce. You can find the recipe on our website. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, hello. I've got to go right in here. I'm going to get the top layer. Man, it's like caramelized cheese on the top.
So many cheesecakes that have flavorings added to it, almond or vanilla. This is just absolutely pure, beautifully caramelized cream cheese. This is what cream cheese was always meant to do with this. This is the moment for cream cheese.
We hope you enjoyed this video and tune in for more.
Hit those like and subscribe buttons so you never miss a single one.
And if you're ready to take your cooking to the next level, try our digital all-access membership, where you can stream every season of Cook's Country anytime, anywhere, and always ad-free.
Plus, you'll gain unlimited access to all of America's Test Kitchen fail-proof recipes, unbiased reviews, fresh episodes, exclusive offers, and more.
Just scan the QR code or head over to cookscountry.com to sign up for a free trial. And while you're there, sign up for our free newsletter and download our app.
And let's make something great together.